Hello, everybody. Welcome to another night of painting war bikes. This is War Bike Squad number two. War Bike Squad number one has already gone through their whole oil wash, and this is what we got on those. Basing is going to be a lot brighter because I'm going to do the whole Australian sandiness because these are supposed to be based on the buzzards from Mad Max. And yeah, we're going to get these guys here to the level where they're going to be oil washed. So that means we gotta start. Make sure live chat's set right so I can see what you guys are saying. And there's perfect timing. Rah, war boss time. Hey Tanzagor lover, how you doing? All right, let's go with. Oh, and I've already done all the rust on these guys. Didn't need to see that again in the last video. And I'm gonna change up the clothing a little bit. We are gonna start with ruddy or burnished red. We're going to do that for these guys' shirts. Make sure that's over there. That. A little bit of that. Thank you. Oh, speaking of the theme, I got one of the buggies ready for paint. Check this out. Yeah. That's going to look so cool. It's going to be such a pain in the butt to paint. But that's next week's problem. All right. Hey, Trainaholic, it's going great. How are you doing? Yeah, it's going to be fun. That's going to be next week. I'm going to do one day on the trikes, which I already got those ready to be primed, and then one day on a buggy. So we'll pretty much cover all the bases for this army over the course of 2 weeks. Why 2 weeks instead of one? Because I'm taking my time with these. It's crazy that sounds. Yeah, the Orc Bikers versus the War Demons, that was a fun game, but you know, my DACA just did not hold out all the way till the end. Turn one, I thought I so had it where I got that big demon, the avatar of the war god, down to like one wound, and he was already stunned. I was like, oh, this is in the bag. Then all of a sudden, my guns didn't work anymore. It's like, well, that's what I get for thinking. The cut up plastic. No, I actually went to the hobby shop and I got some plastic I-beams to put on there. I found those on the like the hobby shop I go to now to get all my paints and stuff. I've been eyeballing all the train stuff. I got each of those is about 18 inches long, and I got them each for less than $1. But plastic spoons will work as well. Now that you say that, I probably should have just used plastic spoons. Oh, good evening, Stephen. Hey. Hey, Count, things are good. Things are good. I'm painting orcs again. Things are always good when you're painting orcs. I gotta blow my nose real quick. I'm all stuffy. There we go. So this is the second squad of bikers. In the beginning, I said we're going to change up the color palette a little bit. Still going to be the same colors, just in a different spot. So this way, I could tell at a glance which squad they belong to. So how are you guys doing tonight? What are you working on? Oh, excellent. Excellent. I can't wait to see those calf biters done. Awesome. I after I forgot who it was that commented last week that said, they were here for the small scale OPR Age of Fantasy stuff. I've gone ahead and designed like 12 3,000 point regiment armies to start making that again. Yeah, we are back at it at the second squad of Orc Bikers. Once we get done with this color, I'll show how the first squad has come out because they've already been painted and put through the oil wash. Oh, awesome. Yeah, last month's winner, Set Dragon, he wanted me to shout out the North Carolina OPR website he's putting together. He doesn't have the website done yet, so that will be get an official shout out once that website's put together and someplace I can direct people. But apparently, North Carolina has a lot of OPR going on, and I'm jealous. Michigan's got a lot of OPR going on too, but it's everywhere where I'm not. It's all down in the, well, I'll say down in the Detroit area and then over by Indiana. And I'm close-ish, but I'm not willing to drive 2 hours on a Thursday. Oh, you're in Flint. Oh, Ironcaster. We need to talk. I'm about 10 minutes from you. So this is how the first squad came out. Just waiting on the bases to get done. I'm going to do all the bases at the same time. Ta-da. So yeah, I'm going to make sure everything's done first before I do the bases. This way we have consistency because I mix all the base stuff at the same time, and if I don't do it all at once, it's going to look like poo. We're doing good. Doing good. Yeah, Ironcaster, if you're willing to be on camera, any weekend you can come down here to Fenton. We could throw down. Alright, we do the bags. Hey, Tabletop Date Night. How you doing? Make sure I'm on camera. Oh yeah, we can give you a crash course on it. Oh, okay. Let's do the boots and bags. So that is still going to be satchel brown if I can find it. That sounds like fun, man. Anytime you can send me a DM in the Discord if you're on it, and we'll work something out. Where did my satchel brown go? Oh, it's right. It's absolutely staring at me. Oh, okay. Awesome. I tell you what, I am actually looking forward to sleep tonight. I am starting to run down. I don't know if there'll be an army for Grand Cathay. I definitely know there's going to be like community books for it. Hell, I'm pretty sure there already are now. But I think at the moment, Tano doesn't. He wants to like divorce from 40K and well, wants to divorce from Games Workshop in general. So I don't think there'll be an official Cathay army. Of course, I could be completely wrong. Tried to put a heart tattoo on him at Orc Marauder. It is tougher than it looks. Yeah, I know he wants to get away from just mirroring whatever GW does. But, yeah, definitely will be user armies out there for it. So what do we want to talk about tonight, guys? What do you want me to ramble on about? People's next project. Okay, well, what are you all working on next? I can address the allegations. Have I seen the teaser for Spaceballs 2? I had no idea Spaceballs 2 was coming. That sounds, I mean, I'm kind of torn on that. Anything I've been hyperfixated on? I mean, I've been hyperfixated on orcs for quite a while. Actually, starting the channel, it was hard for me to break away from that. I was like, nobody wants to watch me do orcs all the time. I get awful hyperfixated. Like, I'll come up with an idea, and I'll go, that sounds awesome in my head. And then that becomes my sole fixation until it's done. Nowadays. Oh, that's why. I was wondering why I was propped up. I was using this to help me glue on all the spikes on the buggy. A little pool of glue on the back of it. Okay. I like to address the allegations. What did I do now? Just stuck my thumb in that. That's what I did. Okay, pants color. That'll do. Do hardened leather pants. Why not? That sounds like fun. I need to get back into some historicals. I haven't done it in such a long time. At least back to like that, or throw my brush everywhere. At least back to like World War II stuff. Or I can go back to. There was a game I played a while ago that was real fun, and it was biplanes. It was one of those like I would play it at a convention, and I thought it was cool, but then no one else wanted to play with me. Wings of War. That sounds about right. I used to have so much fun at conventions just playing oddball games I've never heard of before or since. But Wings of War, I did buy the stuff for that, but no one wanted to touch it with me. Bolt action, yeah, bolt action. Oh no, my music phone died. So I know Bolt Action has alternating activations. I have not played Bolt Action, so how does the game how's the game run? Yeah, we used to play a game called Wooden Ships and Iron Men, and we played with the rule that everyone had their own ship, and you played two teams, but you weren't allowed to talk with each other to like coordinate fire or anything like that because you're on a sailing ship. And that was something I screwed up all the time. Is I would get my port and starboard mixed up if I was looking at the ship. And so whenever there was an accidental ram, 90% of the time it was my fault. We'd be playing the French lining up against the British, and all of a sudden I would foul about three ships. Sorry, guys. Three ranches. Okay. Another game we used to play a lot of down in Florida was Sea Creek. And that's a game that the only people I've ever seen play Sea Creek outside of the group that we had down there is like white haired old men in conventions in like a smoking room. So that was fun. They'd always look at me like, "Who the hell are you? Get out of here, kid." But yeah, when it was us on our own, we used to trash talk each other so much on that one. We had a we had a guy who this is gonna sound terrible. We were young and stupid. We had a guy who our entire goal was to make him cry. And whenever you would in Sea Creek there was always the chance for your ship to fire the golden BB. Something that would hit the ship and then start doing criticals, and the critical hits could just snowball into something stupid. I can't remember which boat he was running at the time, but I do remember he started to cry when opening shot of the game, Golden BB'd his battleship. I mean, God, it sounds terrible when I say that, but at the time I was like 14 and he was 35. So, you know, kind of is what it is on that one. Yeah, magazine hit, or you just go through and you rip engineering in half. Those used to be fun days whenever you'd wake up on a Saturday and you'd just go, I'm going to the game store to play I have no idea what. and guys would just bring in random whatever they had, and we would play it. Yeah, there's no such thing as friendly fire. All fire sucks. All fire is hostile. Act accordingly. And also, back then when gaming was more narrative and just for fun, like we'd have a game where you would just turn on your teammates. Why? Because the story demanded it, or their commander insulted you, something like that. Or in my case, just because I was playing Dark Eldar, and we would, it was a thing. I would turn on every one of my teammates in a team game. Yeah. The more I think about it, thinking back to the way things used to be, this is me sounding like an old grognard now, but the way things used to be, like, we would trash talk each other no matter what we played. And nowadays, like, me and some old friends of mine went to a game store. Um, where was it? It was a game store in Georgia. For we happened to be meeting up there, and we got asked to leave because we were being disruptive and mean. Like, man, come on. That just goes on my list of one more reason to not go to Georgia. Urgh. I swear, I think I still have a warrant in North Georgia somewhere. Because where I went to college in Kentucky and still technically lived in Florida, I would just take I 75 down, and every single time I went through Georgia, I'd get pulled over. Yes, the allegations are true. Good night, Tanzagor. Tanzagor lover. Yeah, I'm sure it's booming. But I'll tell you what, man. Every time I'd make that road trip, I would try to hit Atlanta at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, man, I'd be stuck in traffic for like an extra 8 hours. Yeah, of course I was driving fast. I was trying to avoid you. Now this was 20 years ago. It used to be full of speed traps. Places where the speed limit would drop down from like 75 to 45. Didn't you see the sign? Well, I just assumed you people in Georgia couldn't read. I'm being mean now just because me and Georgia have a history. Oh my goodness, my house is so quiet right now with no music going. It hurts my ears. My tinnitus is going. Everything down here is dead. If you want some background music, just turn something else on. Turn something else on in the background. Oop, there's a cough. So we got our new the new channel campaign is officially starting next Wednesday. So just about a week. So it is gonna be fun. I always have fun seeing what you guys send in, seeing your setups. Your battle report pictures that have so much better terrain than I do. I would love to tell you guys work stories. Because let me tell you, my day job is crazy, but I don't think I could do that without being mean. How am I doing the tires? Well, I'm just doing the just grim black on them right now. And then when we do the oil wash, the it's going to put like a dark brown layer at the lowest spots. And then after that, I'm going to be doing after they're all oil washed and everything. While I'm doing the basing on them, I'm going to be doing a glaze of like a khaki sandy color over top of them. So it's just layers of filth. That's why my music died. My charging blocks down here aren't exactly the best. All my good charging blocks always go to the little one. He goes, Daddy, my Roblox isn't charging. Like, oh, okay, here, take this one. And then I bought like a big old 10-pack of just crappy chargers. Awesome. I know what we could talk about. Oh, good. Good. Finishing up the robot boys. We had a little quick discussion today on the Discord about the balance and the competitive list building of OPR. Hold on one second. I'm getting all something. Gotta take a Coke break. I'm looking forward to it. So we were talking on there, and it's my opinion in OPR that everything has a counter. It's kind of like a big game of rock, paper, scissors with the different units. And like if they brought more paper, you brought more scissors. Yeah, in the end, it's a dice game, but you might have an easier job of the dice game. What do you guys think out there? I'm making all kinds of noises now. Like, how would you define what makes a competitive OPR game competitive? Like, okay, in my mind, everything has a counter. Like, tough units have deadly stuff counters them. Yeah, every option having a points cost. That's true. Like, well, some armies just don't have access to some things, which you're gonna have that. Some armies just are going to be, they're designed to be lacking in certain things, or they're designed to go in a single direction. And again, with the model agnostic of, you define it as one that comes down to literally one dice roll. Yeah, those are the best games. Those are the most competitive. Oh, and if you guys missed it in the beginning, this is the buggy I'm working on for next week. I'll put that over here, so hopefully a cat doesn't maul it. God, what was I saying? I am something. Here we go. Yeah, that's gonna be a rusty mess next week. But yeah, like tough has deadly. If you want to take like AP has like low defense. Yeah, some of the creator armies, like you said there, he says his friend using dragon trappers armies feels extra strong. Some of the creator armies do use combinations of things that are not in the normal OPR game. God, I'm making all kinds of burping noises now. Sorry. So it's just one of those things. Exactly. The game does reward skill, but there are you need the tools to do things. Like one of the things I love to do is bring a whole bunch of stuff with like defense 5 or 6. So that way when my enemy shows up with a ton of AP4, I'm like, well, that's points you wasted. Ha ha ha. And naturally in that case you're gonna have a lot more bodies than they are to throw at a problem. Oh. Okay, well, another one, tabletop date night. If you were closer, I was like, all right, let me take you to school. Even though I definitely do not see myself as a good uh, OPR player. I am just a OPR player. Exactly. That's a hangover from when I used to play Russians in Battle and what was it? Battlefield, the 15 millimeter World War II. Get Battlefront. Battlefront. I think it's Battlefront. Awesome. Yeah, get TTS, and then you can join us in all of our international TTS adventures that we have going on in OPR right now. And that's another reason, like the way the units are costed. Oh, I'm kind of rambling now. The way the units are costed, and just like the number of units you can bring to a board. That's kind of why I see 2,000 points as kind of a sweet spot where you have to make decisions. Again, depending on your army, 2,000 points is where you are not going to have the points needed to cover all bases. Very late or very early. Yeah, well, that's honestly that's how my games have been right now. I had one, my first one I had at 7 a.m. and then the one I did was it last night? We started at like 9:30 at night here, but I definitely am not opposed to staying up all night and playing OPR. Oh no, I could never do that. That would be a tragedy. So yeah, like at 2,000 points, there are some decisions you have to make. With some armies, you're not going to be able to cover all bases. I think that is where it kind of the game kind of shines there because even though you might not have the perfect tool for the situation, you'll have something that kind of works for the situation. And if you can make that kind of work, that's where the skill starts to come in. But at the end of the day, sometimes because this is a dice game, your dice can just go, haha, no. I think we found out why you're grumpy at work. Oh no, I know why I'm grumpy at work. And this is the stuff I have to deal with on a random day, the amount of random that happens. I was describing it today. We had an investor come through, and I was walking through the property with him, and he asked how it was. I was like, well, it's kind of kind of like any other maintenance job, except it's a little bit crazier. He's like, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, I would say my job has a lot of like when you're on the internet and you have pop-up windows. That's how it feels at work every day. Oh, most busted unit. Hmm. Oh, that's a hard question. Like the most busted in what? Like the most damage output? Because the anything you call it. Yeah, but you're paying an awful lot for that unit. Um, well, the most busted on like just output, I would have to say, is the Blood Brothers Assault Squad or the Blood Brothers Veteran Assault Squad. Give them all the fists, so they're all AP4. The machine. What was that? The machine tunnel ambusher things. I mean the drills? Maybe. But so you give them all AP4, and then you put a caster on there as well. So the unit comes down, they've been in ambush for a turn. The unit comes down, the caster shoots off a bunch of spells. Or you give the hero the double furious, so that way you got something like 20 attacks hitting on a 2, and any 5 or a 6 is furious for extra hits. All that at AP4. There's not much that's going to stand up to that. But again, that squad's like 700 points, 700 points. Maybe, yeah, maybe not. There's only 6 veteran, probably like 450. But then, let's say you run into something like zombies. You run into like conscripts or something really cheap with like a 6-up defense, and maybe you got regeneration on them, or maybe you got no retreat on them. That's going to cut down your damage a lot, and that just is more to the point that there's always a counter for something. Well, see, that's the thing. AP1 would turn zombies into a fine mist as well. The Night Prime Brothers with a medic. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one too. That's another thing I say too about well, another little saying I've kind of made up about OPR and combat and OPR is that shooting solves problems, but melee removes problems. Just because you shoot something, you don't kill all of it, you could stun them at most, but if you melee them, they're going to take off running if you kill half of them. Infiltrators, 100 hit, 2 saves on 3s and then 6s. Yeah. Yeah, the question there is how many shots is that? Is that 5 shots or 10 shots? because it's 5 shots. So what? It's kind of me where I play like big wide armies. I'm like, oh no, it's 5 shots. They're gonna kill 5 things. Okay. Yeah. And against some people, they like to run just like smaller squads, or they like to run elite style troops. That'd be great against them. Someone was talking about they have a local game group that is just kind of like in a. Ooh, I'll go back to you about a blender unit with the sisters. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, my 5 zombies, or oh no, my 5 orc boys. Someone was talking about how they were having like a arms race in their group where everyone was playing Battle Brothers, and they were all trying to like out cheese each other. Like, oh man, I can walk in. I could walk in with something and just make you all realize that Battle Brothers are not the way, especially if you're just trying to cheese them all up. And yeah, that's something too. A lot of a lot of competitive people will walk in and just be like, "I have the most broken thing," and I'm like, "Dude, it's a game. Let's go. If you want that, go play 40K." Okay, Sisters Blender Unit, absolute blender unit. This is gonna sound crazy, but I've used these, and these are scary. Take the Fanatics. Take a big squad of Fanatics. Take the High Sister that either gives them, yeah, I think she gives them double Furious. So 5s and 6s um, are extra hits. So they have 2 attacks apiece. I think they have Frenzy, so it's already AP1. They take the chainsaws, so that makes it AP2. I'm going off of memory. This might not be a perfect example, but these sisters are scary. Anything that you charge with them, you are going to murderize it. Problem is their defense is low. You're gonna get attacked back, and you're going to die. But by God, whatever you touch first is going to go sploosh. And I have a video on that. I think it was right at the beginning of 2025, like January or February, where I ran a whole army based around that. I think I had 3 of those squads. I had a squad of fanatic bikers, and I think an assault exosuit, just because I had the points for it and I couldn't take any more fanatics. Oh, okay, yeah, Wolf Brothers. Um, yeah, Wolf Brothers bullshit. Goddamn counter rule on everything. You freaking bullshit. Um, in that case, she's not going to kill you in close combat, so she's going to have to shoot you. Uh, in that case, maximize the devout rule. Try to get lots of shots. So shotguns, uh, support sisters. I mean, support sisters. Again, running off memory. Support sisters with heavy flamers within 12 or within the devout range. So you hit on a 2, any 6s becomes 2, blast 3, AP1. That that could do damage. That could do a lot of damage. Yes, highly devout. Explode on a 5 and 6. There you go. So yeah, that would probably be one of the better ways to do it. And then don't they have a squad that does like storm rifles? But God, storm rifles are so expensive. Who would I lead it with then? Nobody. It just kind of works on its own. That's the squad that just does stuff. I'm not like I haven't looked at the Sisters Army in a while, so I'm not sure I remember all of the upgrades on them, but the support sisters will do work on their own. And then the um, ambushing sisters that have the dual pistols. Those are really good too because they drop down. They're already going to be in devout range. Uh, just pew pew, lots of shots. Yeah, the Pistolier sisters. Yeah, yeah, the destroyers with the like the yeah, those are too expensive to put the guns on. The strangest trap is the melee walker. Which one? The assault walker or yeah, yeah, you're thinking of the support walker. Yeah, that's a weird one. I really wish you could swap the weapons on them. I wish you can get the flamers that go on the assault walker, put them on the support walker, and then put the machine guns on the assault walker. Because I would never buy the machine guns, so I'd rather have the big flame guns on the one with highly devout. What? Yeah, I'm painting orcs. What am I doing? Yeah, that's one of those. I'm like, no, it's not. We're not gonna. I'm not paying that much friggin' points for a gun. I'm not gonna shoot. Well, they did. They did give the exosuits an option to get the 6 attack sword thing. That's new from the last time I looked at them. And that's something before I was like, why isn't this here? Eats moms, though, yeah? Yeah, for the assault walker, I would never put the guns on the assault walker. And then the support walker, I would rather have the other guns that the assault walker could take. But everything is pointed up and balanced right. So I mean, if she uses it and it works, cool. Howdy, Sauntering Spellcaster. How you doing tonight? Hey, there's Kelvin. Yeah, but with the sisters, if you kind of fall on the old adage of what used to be the sisters of battle. Use the flamer, the melta, and just a ton of bolters. You can get the job done there. Yes. Yes, the Holy Trinity. I need to start putting more deadly stuff in my army. In my armies. I don't know why. I'm kind of. My mind is kind of stuck to where instead of a deadly, like instead of one deadly 3-shot, I'd rather have a 3 single shots. Because I don't like a single point of like pass fail on a single hit of deadly 3. Yeah, the orc, the orc marauders strapping rocket launchers to everything is like the base of how vehicles and stuff are. That's great because quite honestly, like if it was cheaper, like on a truck or something, I would just take the cheaper option and wear it in the case that's the rocket launcher. By God, that's what I'm taking. Ooh, I like that. I want to see pictures of that. The heavy metal punk Battle Brothers. I think they might do the or. Man, I got no idea. I've got no idea on that one. If they ever reach out to me to like spark an idea for a campaign of theirs, oh, I got so many orc ideas. I could be like, here's 12. Yeah, I saw that post. Didn't really look into it though, because I'm not really. I'm not like I like dwarves, but I'm not a person that'll be like, oh my god, dwarves. So like I've already done this year's dwarf fantasy army. I still got to do their Grimdark future army. So oddly high pitched and squeaky. Could be. I wonder, like, if they pitched me, if they let me pitch an idea for an orc like campaign that they do, where they have special characters and stuff they release for it, I'd be like, let's do orcs on orcs. Why? Because it'd be awesome. Because I have like 35 ideas for different orc special characters that all do different random things. I have my own cast of characters out in the garage. I could just throw them at you and say, here, do this. Yes, orc versus orc. Because it doesn't matter what universe they're in my head, orcs never get along. Hiya. Where would you post a pic? You could post it to, well, really anywhere, but probably the hobby stuff, or if you want, you could put it down into the monthly painting challenge. Oh, orcs versus goblins. That's a good one too. I'm excited to actually see what they're gonna do with the aura goblin reclaimers. Because it feels like they have a lot of the. It seems like they have a lot of the orky feel that they took away. Like a lot of the zany stuff left with the goblin. But then we got new crazy stuff like shotguns. Man, I should have put shotguns in my biker army. Is there a finish? Yeah, yeah. It's just put in pictures of the progress. Work in production then finished, or multiple pictures on the way. Yeah, I'm gonna leave a lot of that I've been rambling. We're almost like done with these guys. They're almost ready for the sauce. Yeah, jackals versus redmen. That does sound interesting. Well, I again not confirmed, but with all the new units they just put into the redmen army, I have a feeling we're going to see them either next or close. Okay, what do we? Okay, next we're gonna do for the headlights because they're not on. We're just gonna do uh, these in plate mail. Do I know any good jackal models for TTS? Not really. Um, I haven't even looked, but if like the Tau give you the option for the Kroot, those would probably be good. Oh, absolutely. Coke. Absolutely Coke. My wife drinks Pepsi, and it's meh, fighting in this house. Yes, Coke is far superior. There is somebody who's doing like a Secret of Nim inspired kind of uh, like tribes thing on my mini factory right now. I saw it when I logged in a couple days ago, and I was like, "Oh, those are interesting." Do, 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 do. Oh, there's all your pictures showing up. All right. We got this guy's shoulder pads. I missed them before. So what I'm going to do, instead of going through the whole two-stage rust again, we are going to just do this on here, the Vallejo uh, rust texture. Give them a shot. Okay. Not exactly enthused by that, but it's something. Once they get the oil wash, they get another coating or another dabbing of what is it? They get another dabbing of the fresh rust on there just to kind of liven it up because it comes out real dark. And then cool. I think you might be talking about the new rats that came out, the new units that hit. What was it, last week? Yes, terrain counts in the painting contest. You know, from living down in Florida for a while, I did I did have a lot of malt. Boop, boop, boop. Oop. Oop. So I used to drink malt with Jamaican rum in it. It made me feel very Caribbean. Oop. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I got a lot of cardboard at work too. I should probably start bringing that home and making stuff out of it. All right, guys. So these are where they need to be before they get hit with wash. Even the blank spots, you see, like the handlebars. And I'm going to just leave the banner blank because when the handlebars get hit with the wash, they turn into that color, which I kind of like. From, back here, it looks like, handlebar wrappings. So, that will do it for us tonight. Next week, these guys are going to be oil washed, and then we are going to do the trike, and then I'm going to try to get this guy primed up. And I'm going to give him more. I'm going to give him spikes too, because we are the buzzards. Rawr. They look wonderful. They do. So, guys, that'll do it for me tonight. I am going to be heading to bed. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you guys have fun playing OPR wherever you are. And have a good weekend. We'll be back from the live stream on Monday. Bye-bye.